This is a stack of 7 planners and notebooks. Okay, not all of these are just for 1 year, but before we dive into how this stack got up to 7 planners and notebooks, I just wanted to thank you for the amount of lovely comments that I received on my last video, for the amount of people that subscribe to my channel. It feels absolutely crazy that there's even anyone who would want to watch my videos, who would want to listen to me ramble on about planners and fountain pens and journals and all that stuff. But then again, I do the same. So I guess that it's just about finding a community of people that really enjoy the same things as you. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey. And also shout out to my sister, who has been sending me a constant stream of messages telling me, you have more subscribers, you have more views now. Your support really means the world to me. I love how excited you are about this. So thank you, sis. Now, let's divide this stack of planners and notebooks into 2 categories, because that will be important for the rest of the video. So this one, these go here, this one goes here. Okay, let's put these to the side for now. And we're going to start with this stack. This is the stack that is dated. These planners are dated, and I will be using them for, well, most of them for 1 entire year, and one of them for 5 years even. And the other ones are mostly undated. That is not completely true, but I will be using them in sort of an undated manner. Just a side note, I'm not going to go very much into detail about what I'm doing in all of these planners and how I'm using all of the setups, all of the spreads. I do plan on recording more videos about each of these planners individually, just as I did for my media journal. And that way, if you like, you can have sort of an insight about how I actually use the planner. So we're going to start with this one. And this is the sterlingink Common Planner. I got the A5, a full year, so it's quite thick. And this is my main planner. I call it the headquarters. I don't know if that's weird, but that's what it feels like to me. This is where everything comes together. It houses my to-do list for the day. It houses the main part of all of my journaling. It has all of my trackers. This is the planner that is sort of the core of my entire planner and journaling system. And the cover I have put it in is a Hobonichi cover. It's the Have a Nice Day cover, which is conveniently printed on the front. And the color is almond, and it's this lovely sort of neutral brownish color with darker brown details, which feels very timeless to me. I really like it. And it is both very flexible and also very sturdy, like it feels very sturdy, which is why I really like this cover. And it's made from PU, so it's not a leather cover, which I don't really like leather, which can sometimes be a problem when looking for covers online, because there are just so many leather covers. So it's really nice. I was really glad to find this nice PU cover. So that's that. And then we go on to the second one, which is this one. And this cover will house my sterlingink Common Planner in the N1 horizontal layout. So Catherine from sterlingink designed sort of 2 layouts for the planners in the Traveler's Notebook regular size. So that's what the N1 stands for. And this is the horizontal one, which means the layout is similar to the Hobonichiweeks. And I'm not really showing it now because what's in it right now is actually not that planner. As you can see, this planner is the N2. Well, you probably can't really see that very well, but this is the N2, which is the Hobonichi week size. And it's actually a lot smaller, and it doesn't fit this cover at all. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm actually going to either gift this planner or sell it. And I've bought the bigger one, the TN regular size one, to put inside of this cover. Layout is more or less the same. So this is what it looks like. It has the week on the left and then notes pages on the right for most of the planner. And what this is going to be is my calendar. So this will house my appointments, my events, reminders, recurring tasks. Basically, it's the only planner that leaves the house with me. So this is the one that is compact enough to take with me in my bag, so that I have my calendar with me wherever I go. Because I'm one of these old-fashioned people that does not use a digital calendar. I know, shocking. The cover that I've put this in, and that I will put the bigger one in, is a cover from By Verona on Etsy. And it is this lovely washable paper material. Yes, you heard that right. It is paper and it is washable. It feels kind of soft, and it's also very strong. It's a sturdy material. I think it's a great alternative for all of the leather covers out there. It is a very sustainable alternative because it's made from recycled paper as well. I'll put the link to the shop, to the Etsy shop, in the description if you want to check that out. They have lots of different colors, different formats, different sizes. I think it's great. I love it. Then we have my Hobonichi weeks. This is the Mega, which means it is a bit chunkier than the other Hobonichi weeks because it has more note pages. The color is the stylish gray color. And this is my media journal. So this is where I track what I watch, what I read, what I listen to, and where I journal about that. There's already a video up on the channel about how I decorated the cover and what the spreads on the inside look like. So if that's something you want to see and you haven't seen it yet, go check out that video. And I've just put a clear cover on this one to protect it. And then lastly, for the dated planners, this is a Hobonichi 5-year techo. So this is a chunky boy. Look at that. I love how this feels. It's like it's a brick. And that's why I love it. This will be the first year that I'm using it. So it is completely empty yet. But this is where I will journal a little bit every day for memory keeping. So I basically journal in two places: in my main planner, which is sort of all of my daily ramblings, musings. And the function of that is basically to sort of brain dump and organize my thoughts, organize my priorities, trying to get myself focused. Whereas this is more for memory keeping. So I will write about what I'm grateful for or just what happened on that day. And the cover I put this in is also a cover I bought on Etsy. It is from Natsume Handmade, and it has so many cats. I love it. The inside is from PU, and the outside is more of a textile cover. It's very soft, and I think it looks great. It looks like a Hobonichi cover. It has the same style of bookmarks. It has the same amount of pockets on the inside. It also has the two pen loops that you can use to sort of close the cover, keep the cover closed. So it's very similar to a Hobonichi cover, but I didn't really like any of the official Hobonichi covers. So I was really glad when I discovered this Etsy seller that has covers that are not only A5 size, but that can also handle the bulk of a very chunky journal. So these 4 planners are sort of the main components for 2024, the main lineup. But then there's also these 3. So what will I do with these? These are sort of complementary supplements to the main planner system. And starting with this one, this is the Hobonichi Hon in the A6 size. It is the Tomitaro Makino design. And I just put a clear cover on it to protect it. And yes, this is a dated planner. Normally, you would use this for 2024, like it says on the front. And it has monthlies and dailies for all of the months and days for 2024. But the way I will use this is more of like, I want to use this as a garden planner. Last year, we moved house and now we have a garden, which is very exciting. But it started out as just a big stretch of dirt and soil and weeds. There was really nothing here because it's a new house. So we've slowly been designing and planting the garden, and we are really new to what that entails. What do we have to do on a monthly basis, a weekly basis, or like every winter or every spring? And that is what I want to note in here. So we use the monthly pages to record the tasks that we have to do in that specific month. So for example, in March, we have to prune a specific type of bush, or maybe in November, we want to plant bulbs for the next year, stuff like that. And then on the daily pages, I will completely ignore the date basically. And I will just use it as notes pages to record the care instructions for all the species of plants we have in the garden, and lists of specific tasks that we have to do. So this will basically be my garden planner, but I intend to keep on using it after 2024 as well. Then we have this one. This is a Midori A5 notebook with a clear cover, which I decorated just with like a simple postcard. And this is my commonplace book. I plan to go in depth about my commonplacing system in another video. But basically, this is where I take notes and put down quotes from various sources. That's basically what a commonplace journal is. Yeah, so we'll get into that at some point. And then lastly, there is this one. It is a Nanami Cafe note. It's just a grid A6 journal with the 52 GSM Tomure River paper. And I use this as an ink journal. So what I'll do is whenever I get a new ink, I swatch the ink, I write down what ink it is. Whenever I ink up a pen with that specific ink, I'll write it down so that I can see how it looks in various nib sizes. And that is basically what I use this for. I house this in this lovely polar bear cover. It is from Hobonichi. It is designed by Izumi Shiokawa. And I probably should have put a clear cover on this because I have already stained it with a very aggressive magenta ink. But I've decided to just accept that and accept that maybe a white journal cover wasn't the best choice for an ink journal. So I'm just going to accept this, and maybe it'll be a very colorful journal after a year. Also, maybe you hear one of my cats in the background. She's hungry and she's meowing for food, but she'll just have to be patient for just a little while longer. So yeah, that's the last of my journals for the next year. So, okay, now she just wants to say hi. Okay, you can say hi. Don't be shy. Okay, let's put you on the ground. There we go. Maybe 7 journals is too much. I hope to find out next year how this works for me, if this works for me. And maybe in 2025, I'll decide that I don't need 7 journals. Maybe 3 or 4 is more than enough. But I decided to just go for it for the next year, enjoy my journaling, enjoy my planning, and just really see what works for me. And I'll keep you updated as well. I plan to show you the insides of my journals, on a regular basis and just be honest about what works, what doesn't work, and what changes. The challenge, however, for the next year will be to not jump notebooks somewhere in the next year. I really have a tendency of thinking that I figured it all out by December, and then by March, I'll be looking at like the spring start Hobonichis, and I'll be like, yeah, maybe I need to switch to this planner. And I'm really, really going to try to not do that this year and stick with these planners for an entire year so that I can actually say with enough evidence if this works for me or not. And yeah, I guess we'll find out together. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.